Imagine losing a player so talented, so explosive, that he goes on to become world-class star. Just not for your team. That's exactly what happened with Bundee Aki, a rugby powerhouse born and raised in New Zealand, groomed in the same system that shaped some of the greatest All Blacks, only to end up wearing the green jersey of Ireland and thriving. But why did New Zealand rugby let him go? Was it money, opportunity, or something deeper that fans never got told? Born in Auckland in 1990, Bundee Aki was a proud Kiwi with Samoan heritage and all of the hallmarks of a future All Black. He didn't attend one of those elite rugby academies like Auckland Grammar or King's College. No, Aki came through the ranks of Manurewa High School, a place known for raw talent than national selections. But it didn't take long for people to notice his physicality, game sense and aggressive running style. There was an edge to the way he played, an intensity that couldn't be taught, only felt. You knew when Bundee Aki was on the field. You could feel it in the collisions, the line breaks and the passion. After school, he worked as a bank teller while playing club rugby in Counties Monaco. That's where the buzz started. He wasn't just good, he was breaking through tackles like they were paper. He ran with purpose, like each carry had something to prove. Eventually, Counties Monaco brought him into the ITM Cup setup in 2011. And under former All Blacks captain Tana Umanga, he thrived. Umanga, a man who understood the value of fierce centres, saw something special in Aki. By 2013, Bundee helped Counties win the Ranfurly Shield, a massive deal for a team that had been under the radar for years. It was a statement. They weren't just here to compete, they were here to win. That same year, Aki earned a contract with the Chiefs, a team fresh off back-to-back Super Rugby titles. He joined a stacked squad bringing with All Blacks and future internationals. Aaron Cruden, Brodie Retallick, Sam Cane and Sonny Bill Williams. It was a melting pot of world-class talent. And still, Aki found a way to stand out. He brought that Counties Monaco fire with him. In 2013 and 2014, Bundee Aki played with passion, aggression and precision. He wasn't just a bench warmer, he was a weapon in the midfield. Powerful, direct and hungry. He carried the ball like it owed him money. He was a spark plug. Every time he touched the ball, something happened. But while the All Black selectors kept a close eye on the established centres like Conrad Smith and Ma'a Nonu, Aki was never truly in the national conversation. The All Blacks midfield at the time was a fortress, near impossible to break into. Smith and Nonu were generational talents with chemistry built over a decade. And behind them were younger options who were already earmarked for future roles. Aki, for all his talent, was caught in the bottleneck. No matter how hard he hit, how many defenders he beat, he wasn't getting that black jersey. It wasn't about form, it was about timing. That bottleneck of talent forced players like Aki to look elsewhere. He had ambition. He wanted to represent on the world stage. And in 2014, at just 24 years old, Bundee made a bold move that shocked many back home. He signed with Connect Rugby in Ireland. This wasn't one of Europe's glamour clubs. Connect were one of the underdogs of Irish rugby, a team often overshadowed by success of Leinster, Munster and Ulster. But Aki didn't just go there to play, he went there to lead. And lead he did. In his second season, Aki was instrumental in helping the team win the Pro 12 title in 2016, defeating Leinster in a fairy tale final. This wasn't just a good season, it was a historic upset that changed Irish rugby dynamics. Kinetic's triumph wasn't just about tactics or strategy. It was about their heart, and Aki was the heartbeat. He played with emotions on his sleeve, often literally screaming with passion after big wins. He wasn't just a fan favourite in Galway. He became a cornerstone of the team, known for its emotional intensity, powerful carries and fierce loyalty. He embraced the west of Ireland and the west embraced him back. It wasn't long before Ireland took notice. By 2017, after fulfilling the World Rugby residency rules, Bundee Aki became eligible to represent the Irish national team. And yes, it sparked controversy. Some purists questioned whether New Zealand-born players should wear the green jersey. Critics pointed to tradition, to identity, to heritage. But those voices were silenced quickly when Aki delivered stand-up performances in the Six Nations and beyond. He didn't just meet expectations, he smashed through them. So let's talk numbers. Since debuting for Ireland in November 2017, Aki has earned over 50 test caps. He's played in 2 Rugby World Cups, 2019 and 2023, and has become one of the most consistent midfielders in world rugby. In the 2023 World Cup especially, Aki was unstoppable, leading the tournament in clean breaks and topping off multiple man-of-the-match performances. His combination of physical dominance and sharp rugby IQ made him one of Ireland's most valuable assets. He ran lines with timing and venom. He tackled like a hammer and led with his actions. What's more, he's now part of the exclusive British and Irish Lions, having toured South Africa in 2021. Think about that. A guy who couldn't even crack the All Blacks midfield becomes a Lions test starter. That says everything about how far he's come and what New Zealand might have lost. You don't get selected for the Lions unless you're among the absolute best in your position. Aki wasn't just selected, he started. That tour validated his elite status. It was a moment of vindication for a career once considered surplus back home. And yes, the financial side played a role. Let's be real, playing rugby in Ireland, especially for a high-profile team like Kinetic, with central contracts and sponsorship bonuses, pays well. Sources suggest that Aki's earnings in Ireland have significantly outpaced what he might have made back in New Zealand, especially given that he wasn't in the All Blacks frame. In Ireland, he was seen as a top-tier asset, and he was paid like one. Over time, he moved from Kinetic's key signing to one of Irish rugby's central figures. Financially and strategically, he was no longer a maybe, he was a must-have. But it's not just about the money. Aki spoke often about how Galway feels like home. He moved there with his family and integrated deeply into the local community. He embraced the Irish way of life, often saying that the warmth and acceptance he received in Ireland was beyond anything he expected. This wasn't just a mercenary move, it became a life decision. His kids are growing up in Ireland. His roots have grown in that soil. He has walked the streets of Galway not as a foreign import, but as one of their own. At his peak, Bundee Aki might have solved the All Blacks midfield dilemma. In recent years, New Zealand has struggled to find a dominant second 5'8". Players like Ngani Laumape, Anton Leonard-Brown and Jack Goodhue have shown flashes, but none have consistently owned the jersey. Meanwhile, Aki was putting on clinics in the green. Imagine pairing Aki with Rieko Ioane or Jordie Barrett. That could have been terrifying for opponents. A blend of brute power and shearing pace, of vision and violence. But instead of capitalising on that potential, New Zealand rugby let it walk out the door. Was it a missed opportunity? Absolutely. But for Bundee Aki, it was also the best decision he ever made. He chose a path that honoured his talent, his family and his future, and Ireland welcomed him with open arms. He didn't just find success, he found belonging. He didn't just make history, he changed it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story and want to see more real, untold rugby journeys, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel and drop your thoughts in the comments. Should Bundee Aki have been an All Black, or did New Zealand make the right call letting him go? Peace.